It was just past midnight, and the streets were nearly silent, covered in a blanket of fog and cold wind. A lone car moved steadily along the road, its headlights cutting through the darkness. Inside was 17-year-old Jamal, a quiet teenager with a calm demeanor, gripping the steering wheel firmly. He was on edge, not because of speed or fear of being late, but because he was black and driving alone at night. His hands were set perfectly at 10 and 2, just as his mother had taught him. Always keep your hands visible, Jamal. Always be polite, and don't argue. Those words echoed in his mind every time he saw red and blue lights, and tonight those lights lit up behind him. A police cruiser, siren off but lights flashing, came up fast. Jamal's heart skipped a beat. His fingers tightened. He pulled over to the side of the road and took a deep breath, hoping this would be over quickly. In his rearview mirror, he saw the door swing open. Out stepped a white officer in his 40s, broad-shouldered, tough-looking. Officer Grant, known in the neighborhood, not for kindness but for control. He walked up slowly, tapping a flashlight against his palm like he had something to prove. When he reached the window, his voice was cold and sharp. License and registration. No greeting, no explanation, just authority. Jamal nodded, his voice calm. "Yes, sir," he said, slowly handing over the documents. Grant stared, not just at the papers, but at the boy, suspicion already written across his face. "Where are you heading this late?" he asked. Jamal took another breath. "To the hospital, sir. My sister's in the back seat. She's having trouble breathing." Grant squinted, leaning in slightly. "What hospital?" he asked. Jamal pointed forward. "County General. It's the closest one." The officer flicked on his flashlight and aimed it toward the back, and that's when he saw her. A small girl, maybe 10, curled in the back seat, her face pale and full of pain. She gasped softly, clutching her chest. Jamal turned around. "She has asthma. I tried her inhaler. It's not working. I didn't know what else to do." "No time," Grant muttered. Without a word, he turned and ran back to his cruiser. "Follow me," he shouted, flipping on the sirens. He cleared the road with urgent speed, cutting through traffic lights and intersections. Jamal followed as fast as he could. The hospital was only 5 minutes away, but it felt like forever. As they arrived, hospital staff were already waiting, alerted by the officer's call. They rushed the girl inside, laying her on a stretcher, hooking her up to oxygen, IVs, and monitors. Jamal stood frozen at the hospital entrance, breathing heavily. He didn't cry. He couldn't. He just waited. Officer Grant stood beside him, silent now, watching. Minutes passed. Long, terrifying minutes. And then a doctor emerged, calm but smiling. "She's going to be okay," he said gently. Jamal exhaled, finally letting his shoulders drop. "Thank you," he whispered. He looked at Grant not with fear, but with something like disbelief. The officer stepped closer, his voice quieter than before. "I judged you the second I saw you," he said. "I made assumptions. That's on me." Jamal nodded slowly, his eyes tired but honest. "I'm used to it," he said, "but I'm glad you helped." That night changed something in Grant. Not in his badge, not in the law, but in his heart. He realized that sometimes we don't see people, we only see stories we've been told to believe. But one night, one boy, one sick little girl in the back seat, reminded him that compassion doesn't come from a badge, it comes from being human.